Two.
Hey
No.
guys.
Yo.
Okay, never mind. Now it's going live here in a second. But I'm going to be muted and just watching you guys take over. Video unavailable. What?
Mhm.
Oh, it's because it's got me on the wrong account. There we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. I see Cesar. All right, we're good to go. I see Mr. Tom Black in here, who I have not seen him forever. We went to high school together, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. We good to go then.
I think we are ready to get started. You guys go right on ahead.
Amazing.
I don't see anything sharing on YouTube. I
Oopsie.
just see it say responsible day trading.
Hang
Does
on.
anybody else
That would
see that?
help if I share my
Yes,
screen, wouldn't it?
we're live already in YouTube.
Okay, I see it now. All right.
Three.
All
Share.
right, guys. Welcome to the fun. All right. So this is Dan and Cesar, and they're about to get it kicked off. So y'all go ahead, introduce yourselves, and I'm gonna step back and let you take it over.
Good afternoon, traders. I'm Dan, um, head of curriculum development at RDT, and this is Cesar.
Hi guys.
Plain and simple, right, guys? We're going to kick things off with a disclaimer, the boring part, but the necessity so that we don't get sued or in a lawsuit or anything like that. As you know, this is not financial advice. It's for educational purposes only. Past results are not indicative of future results. Everything that you hear or see is an expressed opinion of RDT. Don't gamble. Don't spend your wife's money. Unless she's not a nice person, then spend it on an RDT curriculum instead. But yeah, all joking aside, we're not financial advisors. Now, onto the RDT website. Where has it gone? Cool. So as you may or may not know, we've had a lot of things changing here at RDT. We've got this gorgeous looking website. Absolutely fantastic. Just look at that. If you want to find out more about us at RDT, there's lots of different sections. So you can see, you can meet the team over here. So you can find out more information about all of us here. Some of you may not care at all though. So I'll show you the stuff which you would be more interested in, which would be the free guide. So if you're unaware, we do have some beginner guides. Just put in your email and we can send that to you. Lots of good information there that was put together by Jason. And then we have the live class schedule. If you come on up here, absolutely stunning looking man right here. As you can see, we had trader meetups in Texas. If you're in the local area, you can come along to these. It's just really nice time to actually get to meet different people. You don't have to be trading the same way as us. It's just that trading can be a lonely profession. So it is nice to meet other traders. So if you are free, please do come along to the next one. It'd be great to see you. So you can see we also did have a Spanish class done by Cesar and Davies. And what have we got in March? So this will be updated in the next couple of days. So today, obviously, we've got the live market analysis with Cesar and myself. And on March 9th, we have the chart basics section. So if you're unaware, you can come over here, click to access the RDT core strategy. So this will be the free strategy we're giving away, or rather free part of the curriculum, I should say. There's 4 sections, and we also include homework videos. They won't be marked, but it will just give you a better idea of how things are done here at RDT. I'll go back to the website though. Let me see, am I forgetting anything? Discord.
Oh, Discord, yeah.
Got a lovely Discord here. If you're not part of it, please do join it. You can see traders where we're sharing our charts. You can see Davies here absolutely killing it the other day. Got 24.5 points. You also see Cesar here smashing it. Cesar's always smashing it. He's doing very well at the moment. And Tim's also shared some lovely charts in here as well. So we appreciate that, Tim. But if you're not part of that, please do drop us a message to join the Discord, or you can just go ahead here, press join, and that should take you right to it. But for now, we're going to go ahead and check out the news.
Oh yeah, for this week, we're gonna have a lot of news. Today we didn't have any relevant news, so probably the market didn't move as we expected. We're gonna see that in a moment. For tomorrow, we are gonna have several news right after the market opens at 8:45 and at 9 a.m. So probably that's going to help us to have more volatility and more movement for this week. On Wednesday, we're going to have news at 7:15, right? An hour and 15 minutes before the market opens, and also at 9 a.m. 30 minutes after the market opens, we're going to have uh, Mr. Powell speaking. So that's high impact news. And 1 hour after the market opens, we're going to have crude oil inventories. So probably Wednesday is going to be a good day to trade right after those news. I think they're going to bring a lot of volatility and a lot of good opportunities to take good trades. Um, on Thursday, we're going to have an hour before the market opens and 30 minutes after the market opens. So that's going to have a lot of movement also in the market. And finally, for Fridays, we only have news an hour before the market opens, and we can probably expect the the Friday to be like the past Friday when we have the market going only in one direction. So that's it for the news. I think we're going to have a very good week. I hope that these news are going to make the market move a little bit because we need those good opportunities to take the trades. I think we can move right now for the daily chart. I don't know if you want to add something then.
Uh, Not really. Just guys, if you are trading around news times, just be very careful in case there are spikes in volatility. It can just absolutely tank through your stop loss. So we recommend usually about 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after just sitting out. But yeah, apart from that, we can get on to the fun stuff, the stuff you all came here to see. So first up, we've got the daily chart. What can we see? Obviously, clear direction to the upside. Yeah, we're above the zero line, we're above the EMAs, and we're pulling really far away. Back here in 2021, December time, you can see those highs, which eventually we had a big, deeper pullback in the overall market, and we eventually got ourselves back up towards these highs, and we've broken through them. What can we see in the MACD? You can see here we can clearly see that potential for divergence, right? Well, it's actually divergence, but it needs to carry through if we want to consider it truly divergence. But we can also see those MACDs are really struggling, right? So typically we would anticipate some kind of pullback. You can see as well how far away we've pulled in the MACDs. Usually when we get to these extreme areas, we usually can expect a deeper pullback just because the MACDs can only travel so far, right? They have to pull back eventually. Similar to how price usually pulls far away from EMAs and eventually we come back to them like magnets. Price is just continuing to grind up though. So it'll be interesting to see if and when we turn around, or when I should say, not if, because it will happen eventually. But apart from that, we can see if we do make a pullback, what areas would we be likely to come back to? So this would be a great key area. This previous high back from 2021, previous support or previous resistance levels turn into support. We can see these EMAs are picking up strength as well. So potentially by the time we get there, they might line up quite nicely. So that would potentially be a good spot for the price to pull back to. Do you have anything to add, Cesar?
No, probably just that area that you're mentioning. Let me request um, control.
Yep, you good.
Okay, okay. This area that you mentioned is a very important area
You got to click the mouse.
for. Oh,
Click the mouse. Yeah, you're good.
yeah.
You're good.
Can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay. So this area, like you say, it's a very important area. Probably the price is going to try to come back and retest it as we saw right here in this area when it was broken. We have these two opportunities. The price came back and then took off to the upside. And if we see the divergence coming
I don't mean
along,
to interrupt you, but I'm just saying on YouTube, your Dan, your lovely face is covering the the price action in the top right corner. So you might just want to scoot it all over to the left a little bit whenever you're talking,
My video is
so
not
everybody can see.
on. My video is not on my
Just
screen. It's
whoever
not.
comes up talking is seeing it's covering in the right top right corner, just when it shows on YouTube, so that anybody who's watching on there, it's going to cover that little
Hang
bit.
on. I put it bottom
Which
left
we
now.
couldn't plan for, I don't know if you could move that around, but I just want to let you know so everybody can see what you're talking about in
Zoom.
there.
Is it mine and Cesar's face?
Just whoever pops up, whoever's talking, comes up there.
I've moved it to bottom left of the chart. Could you let me know if
It
works?
doesn't matter where you move yours, it's where it comes up. So you'll just need to move the screen over. You can open up
Wouldn't
your
you have to do
YouTube and
it?
take a look.
I have no idea how to change that. Is it not on the YouTube side?
yes, it's on the YouTube. Um, okay, so we can say that the price, if the price comes along with the divergence that we're seeing in the MACDs, probably this is going to be an interesting area to use as a support. And by the time the price gets to this area, probably the EMA is going to catch it at the same level. And probably we're going to see if the price uses the MACD, the EMA as a support and continues up. And we have to be also aware of what MACDs are going to do by that time.
Cool. So we can
We
get on to the 28,657. David's pointed out there's also a wedge forming in the MACD, so it's almost like a compression. So we could see a pop out of that. Usually wedges are followed by a decent amount of strength. In particularly, if we do end up breaking above or pulling away sharp in the price, it does open us up to the possibility of some snapback behavior similar to what you would see here in the MACDs. If we can pull away, get that kind of V pivot in the price, that really sharp pull away would often get a sharp snap back. But given the strength, the market just grinding up, it'll be interesting to see what does happen. Just seeing if we're going to sort out technical difficulties because my face is on the charts on YouTube. All right, let me see if I can work this out.
we can take a poll to see if they prefer to see your face or the price.
um, I mean, I could hide video panel. Would that do it?
Oh, that might. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, I've removed
I'm
my
not the
face.
most tech savvy on the planet, no matter how much I try and pretend like I am.
I've removed our faces on Zoom, so let me know if that helps. Might be like 30 seconds behind though. So I'll go ahead and
I
open up the 28,657.
okay. Okay, what we are seeing right now is this divergence right here. Oops, that wasn't right. Okay, but you get the idea. We can see this divergence. Uh, so what we were saying before, we can see also that we have this divergence, potential for divergence in this area right here. We have this pivot of the price when it pulled back, and now the price catch the previous pivot. And we can see how these MACDs, we only saw two BBs pointing up. So what we might expect is that the price is going to change direction to the downside, probably look for this area right here. Like we were mentioning before, probably this area is going to be important to use it as a support and continue up, or if the price is going to break the EMA and the MACDs are going to try to break the zero line, we might expect a movement more to the downside, probably around this area. But what we're seeing right now is a potential for divergence. If uh, we are saying or we're thinking about taking a trade, I wouldn't go that far. Probably this area is going to be uh, a safe area if we are planning to take a trade, which I would not recommend right now. The market has been super slow for today. Uh, so this is what we will be expecting if the price tries to move back. This will be the first area, and this will be the second. Um, I don't know if you agree with that, Dan. Is there something that you want to add?
Yeah, I'll just say just these BBs are just so like they're struggling. We just look at that pullback, pretty much almost 100%, but these BBs down here just so weak. We only had those
Mhm.
two blue BBs in here, but if we just look at all that price action up, we've been very grindy, weak, well, stronger in the price up, but really weak in the BB. So we would, based on the BBs, anticipate some kind of pullback, exactly like you've said. But in order for us to get a better look, I think it's time we get onto the three charts and see what's happening. So we're at 6:15 now, or Central Time. What's that for you? 12:15. I'm going to have to move the 233 up slightly just because of the YouTube video being a bit weird. So just make this
I think we're fine there.
cool. So what have we got here? So
I think
really,
something that we can add also is that we are in all-time highs, so probably we can expect this kind of indecision in the market. Um, uh, I don't think that the when we have this breaking of the all-time highs, the price is just going to continue into this new area that we have never seen before, and these new levels that we have never seen before. So obviously, we're going to have some indecision, probably some accumulation of the price, some liquidity, and then we're going to come back. The institutionals are going to try to cash all that money and then continue again to the upside. But right now, I think this is very natural, a very natural scenario that we are uh, going to expect for this couple of days, and then we're going to come back for the volatility that we are used to in this market.
mm, yeah, I agree. It's not very pretty, especially the last couple of days. Even when we look back to last week, it's just very we were in between the larger chart EMAs last week, and it was just very grindy, pretty ugly, to be honest. Just not nice trading conditions unless you know what you're doing. We've also had a lot of these really erratic bars kicking about a lot of the time. You can see as well these clustering togethers of the bars, just how grindy it looks. It's been really ugly today as well. Yeah, if we're starting off on the higher time frames, we can see this big push down in the MACDs, similar to what we were looking at on the previous chart when we were saying about how weak it's pulled back, just the retracement divergence. Here we overran the zero line, which is completely normal, overrunning the price ever so slightly. But I mean, throughout here, just these bars are just not good looking bars to be trading. Just look at the wicks on them, the flags, just up and down, up and down. Weak EMAs. Obviously, we still have the higher time frame creating us that picture that we are going to continue based on the strength of the EMAs, staying wide and open to the upside. But looking at the 1597, not many nice opportunities. There's potentially one in here. If you felt confident getting that with the pop up here in the BB, so that ultimate retracement divergence, but I didn't fancy it. I personally didn't take any trades today. And then yeah, really getting back on the right side of things would have happened about in here with this pullback in the MACDs. By that stage, we would have been had the pullback in the 10946. So only around this point, I think, is where we would have felt comfortable getting involved with a trade. What about yourself, Cesar? Did you see any opportunities today?
None. I mean, uh, usually when I see this kind of market, when there's no direction or a clear direction, I don't take. I try not to take any trades. Um, I prefer to wait for a breakout and continuation. But like you said, I mean, we have all these bars closing in the middle, the EMAs crossing below, crossing to the upside, very close, um, one to the other. And so there's no really uh, a clear view to where the price is going to go. So I prefer to just watch it and not really try to not take anything
I would
until
actually
I see
say,
a clear direction.
I would say possibly we've just missed a nice short opportunity, actually. Just gone on just now to the downside, that big retracement divergence on the 1597. I'll just take control. So if we're looking over here, you can see obviously in the overall, we've got massive retracement divergence, right? Massive compared to the price, right? 76% to like 30 odd percent. Looking over here in 1597, strong push down, really weak pullback. And we look at the price, we have that stronger pullback in there. Get that nice kind of outside roll look. We do get just back inside, but that ultimate retracement divergence look, just sliding outside the bands, pushing us back towards the areas that obviously EMAs being the first areas we look at. If we break through those, we'd then be looking at the higher time frame areas to see if we could get back in there. And then once we get to there, or if we get to there, we'd then reevaluate. We are lunchtime now, so can be pretty slow at times, and also the price action can be a bit odd. But having said that, the price action all day has been pretty ugly, in all
Yeah,
honesty.
I mean we can see the opportunities that you mentioned, but also we can see uh how far the price goes. I mean, if we are going to try to take a trade, you have to be very cautious on how long, I mean, how far you're going to put your targets. Uh, because even if you're looking for 2 or 3 points, it's going to take a little to get the price to that area. So you have to be very patient on what you're going to expect for the price to do. Um,
We're picking up now.
yeah. Also, Davies is saying that he didn't take any trade also uh, for today. He closed his charts and he's going to wait for tomorrow.
Chuck said it's like trying to surf in a windy storm. Yes, Chuck,
Exactly
it
with that
is.
accent. Yeah, I mean, there's no much you can do in when the market is behaving like this. I mean,
Yeah,
you
and if we're looking at that 10946, obviously, like I said before, we've got that EMA, but what we'd also love to see breaking below that Bollinger Band. If we break below that zero line as well, that'd be some extra bit of confirmation. But for now, we've got a good couple of areas that we're going to be paying a lot of attention to. See the price action of these bars, they've been really sharp down. So there is always the chance, but when we come into those strong EMAs, we also have a pretty decent chance of making a bounce. So for
Right.
myself, and I assume for Cesar as well, right now it's just a game of patience, as it has been all day, which
Yeah.
can be pretty challenging at times. But sometimes days like today is just better walking away or doing less or trading it on sim.
Correct. Even on Sim, I mean, I don't see many opportunities to take trades. Uh, I mean, for your mental uh, health, I mean, it will be better just to close the computer, skip the day, wait for tomorrow to see more uh, better opportunities. Because even if we are on Sim, if the market is behaving like this, I mean, you're going to stress over nothing.
Mm,
So it's better to skip these days, try to do something else, work on something else. And probably if you want to see how the day turned out, open the computer in the afternoon or when the market is opened again, and just to see a summary of what happened uh, on the day. Uh, but if you can see right now, the price is using this EMA as a support. Is going to have a hard time breaking it, even though when we see that the MACDs are pushing down, um, I think we're gonna stay in this range for the rest of the day.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this bar closes out. We've got 6,000 ticks left on that 10946 bar. So right now we've got a little bit of a flag going on, but 6,000 ticks left. It could change. We could push on down. Going back to what you said before, that's a great point that Cesar said. Even if you were going to try and trade this on sim, sometimes it is better actually just avoiding the bad days because if you end up taking like 4 losses in a row or something like that, it can affect your confidence. So it is better just in the long run, just waiting for nice, clear picture days, especially when you're just starting out. Does anyone have any questions or does anyone take any trades today? How's everyone been finding the market whilst
Uh,
we sit here?
oh, it's Chuck here. What up, y'all?
Hello, mate.
Hi,
Oh,
Chuck.
hi. Hey, what's going on? I've learned, and I even talked about this with Lindsay at some point when we had our last meetup. I learned that when I would trade on, even when I was sim trading on a random day, and it was very sideways and it was very unpredictable, I was trying to keep myself in the game thinking like, okay, I could maybe get just even like a 1 or 2 point trade and or something of the sort, maybe like a 2.25 trade. And it just ended up being more frustrating. And I ended up learning that just the hard way. Like it ended up being more frustrating just sitting there, knowing that you like the market was so volatile to the point where it's like it could go in one direction, getting 2 points, and then all of a sudden it just snaps in the other direction. And it just it almost makes you feel like you're doing some sort of revenge trading
Hmm.
and keep on trying to chase the loss that you made from the previous contract and then try to keep going. And it keeps you at your computer for a long time. And that's what happened to me when I was sim trading on just a random day in February. It kept me at my computer for 4 hours. And I
Oof.
felt so
Oof.
exhausted at the end of it. And I was like, and it was the one thing that I even told myself before I even started sim trading that I was like, okay, sideways market days, I will not trade. And then I saw it was starting to become sideways, and it was like at that point where I should have just taken the L rather than to try and be like, all right, let me just get this 1 point and take less of an L. And it didn't end up working that way. It just kept dragging me further and further down. So yeah, it can really mess with your mentality after a while.
You were trying to show the market who was boss, yeah, and you found out you weren't the boss.
Yeah. 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 It wasn't even trying to be like, oh, like I learned like during the times it was going um like it was just either going long or short after a certain amount of time, and it was just obviously becoming very volatile. That I should have, the number one thing that I'm still trying to learn now is patience. Just waiting out, even playing a scenario in my head where I'm not even trying to trade, but just guessing like, okay, if I was to take a trade at this one point at after it has hit a point at a certain low, or and seeing if it was going to make a new low, or if it was going to hit my support resistance line that I've made or on the chart, that I should just played it out in my head and see like, okay, how far was it going to go? Where is it going to go? And of course, yeah, if it was going to go great, of course, I could sit there and be like, oh man, I should have just done it anyways. But when it comes to real money on the line, I rather just take the time and patience to just, you know,
Or just walk away. Just walk away. It's just
or walk
sometimes it's
away.
better just to
That it would be that. Yeah, exactly. So, but either way, that's when I was like, nah. I really, it was like a hard-earned lesson. That was like a humbling moment to make me realize like what revenge trading was like,
Mhm.
and it was something that I knew people who day traded were doing, and try to get over, but it's never easy to get over. So it's one of those things where you just have to tell yourself, just walk away, take the L. There'll be another day where it's a little more
Absolutely.
predictable that you can make up that and then some. So not every day is the same.
Well said, Chuck. You said it in about 1,050 words, but you know what? You got to the point after 5 minutes, mate. But
Yeah, yeah.
thank you for the contribution, mate. I think next time, Chuck, I'll put you in as co-host, yeah?
Yeah. I'll create a TED talk and everybody will just like just get off of me. I'll be y'all's Tim Robbins. How about that?
Yeah, right. You can we need to find out how to mute Chuck. How do we mute Chuck? Hang on, let me find out.
One of the
No,
things that I've said, I've told to Dan, is that if you are not 100% convinced that the trade that you're taking is the right one, so probably you don't have to take it if you're not 100% convinced. If the trade that you're taking is not going to work, uh, you're going to feel like, I knew that I didn't have to take this trade.
mhm,
And if it worked, uh, probably you're going to continue doing that. And that's not a good habit, that taking trades when you're not 100% sure that that is your trade. Um, and if you are 100% sure that this is your trade and you take it and it doesn't work, at least you can feel comfortable that you did what wasn't your trading plan.
absolutely,
Thank you, Chuck, for your
for the contribution. So, Cesar, what would you
yeah.
be looking for? Say, for example, what would be your ideal setup? Obviously, I know you might not want to be trading this environment, but what would be your ideal situation for you to be interested in taking a trade in this environment?
Um, I would draw a line here over here on the
Mhm.
resistance that we are seeing, the 10946. If the price breaks this resistance, and if I see enough strength in the MACDs, if I see the BBs outside of the Bollinger Band, I will be considering taking a long. Otherwise, I will need to see the price closing below the EMA, and also below at least this area, and I will need to see enough strength in the BBs to consider that the price is going to continue in that direction.
Mm.
So right now, even though we are not trapped in the MACDs, we are trapped in this range. So I would expect the price to break um, at least this EMA and to show strength in the MACDs. So I will be considering taking a short at least to this area. Otherwise, um, the same thing in the opposite direction, breaking the resistance and showing strength in the MACDs at least above this pivot that we're seeing right here. And but I will be more cautious to to look for long. Like I said before, we are getting in areas of the price that we have not seen before. So I will be very cautious to take a long. Probably
Yeah.
just taking uh I don't know 5 to 10 points and and no more than that.
I'll actually go ahead and grab up the 28,657, see how things changing over here. It's still so weak, aren't we? Look at that, trying to pull away outside those bands, but just the way price has been so grindy. Sometimes what can trick a lot of people out, and myself included, when we have that such grindy action, we can just keep moving. Sometimes grindy action just doesn't care about the divergences, and we could just keep on pushing up. But we would really expect some kind of pullback just with the way the MACDs are. They are pretty weak, though, in all fairness. But given the size of the retracement divergence, we would be expecting a bit of a deeper pullback. But we have pulled back to the 10946 EMAs. So we could just keep on pushing. But yeah, I mean, right now it's just a sit on your hand job. It feels every time
We're doing a live market. Yeah.
every time we do a live market, it's just a bit meh, just a bit ugly.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have the live market analysis around this area when it broke, and we were just saying, yes, we're moving so far away, taking great opportunities for long. But it is what it is.
It is.
I mean, and that is a reality check for all the traders because most of the things that you see on social media is people showing only the winnings, but they don't show you when the market is like this. So this also happens in when you are trying to trade. Uh, there's going to be days that there's not going to be any opportunity, and there's nothing to show on social media. Uh, so I wish that all day, every day, were like with big runs and a lot of points showing in the market, but it is what it is. Some days are just sit and watch.
And the price action just hasn't been very nice, has it? Like, just lots of flags going on, and feels like we're almost kind of trapped between the high and the low, just being grindy. I can see reasons for shorts, but just being in the area, between the two pivots, it's just not nice. Not nice trading conditions for me personally. And I see like the BB's getting weaker here, the divergence here for a push down, but being right between these EMAs, we are getting a bit of a roll down here, but 7,000 ticks left. Is it going to be what pushes us through? Probably not, but just not nice areas.
Yeah, no, uh, we will be trading in the middle of a range, so that's not the best thing to do.
And as
So
well, it could also be because, as you previously said, just being in that kind of unknown territory, not having many areas to work off, so lower volume as well. A lot of traders are waiting for it to pull back so we can be, where they feel comfortable instead of being out here, just as we've seen on the 28, 657, or even the daily, just being so far away in the unknown. I mean, is that today's bar? I mean, it's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see there, look at the size. That's a tiny bar, as in tiny bar reversal if it was to close like that, which would be an
Correct.
indication of exhaustion.
I mean, we can see it here in these examples, right here, right here, and
Mm,
we can see how these uh, were showing very low volume, and the price took the direction to the downside. So, I mean, everything falls in the same place, like we were saying before. Probably this is an area, and we're getting closer to a pullback, and probably the price is going to change direction soon. Uh, but we cannot know that for sure.
I'm sure one of the live market analyses we have will be some good action. Has anyone got any questions? Anyone apart from Chuck? Oh, hang on, we've got some things in here. All right, let's see.
He's asking, how do you know when you get into the market that is going to stay choppy or is going to smooth out? There's no way that you can know that, uh, like to predict that it's going to happen. What you can know for certain is what you do on your back test, and that's why we were saying what was the scenarios that will be feeling comfortable taking trades. Uh, like I said, if the price breaks its resistance and I see a strength in the MACDs, I can take a trade based on my previous experiences and on my previous trades. Uh, but it's not a fact that it's going to work 100% of the times that I take that trade. So it's like I was saying before, if the market is meeting your requirements to take a trade, you should take a trade because you have practiced that scenario beforehand.
Mm,
And you should be comfortable if the the trade works or not. You have to be comfortable either way because that's your trading plan, uh, and that's what you have practiced before taking that trade. So
yeah,
you will never know if that's going to be choppy or it's going to be uh, like a minute trade, or it's going to take 10 minutes to get to the same point. So you're never going to know that, but you have to take trades that you have analyzed before, and that the percentage of winning is something that you're feeling comfortable with.
Tim said it quite nicely. He says over time you could anticipate that um, could end up that way based off price action and past experience. So touching on what Cesar said there about past experience. Also, something else that we do have that you can use to your advantage is trading that afternoon session because you've got the backstory of the whole morning session. So if we can see, so for me it would have been about here, 2:30 for me. So you can see where we were, and you can see 4:30 would be here. So this is the only action we have. So you can see we're just grindy. So when you go into that afternoon session, which will be starting in about 45 minutes, for more volatility to come in, you can kind of see the story that's been carrying out. So from that, you can kind of have your expectations It works similar to if we were range bound. You can kind of anticipate the same action to occur until you have proof. Lindsay always says, "Prove it to me," for like a change in market sentiment. So if you are struggling as well, we always do recommend trying to trade the afternoon session. Jason recommended that to me when I first started, just because it moves a bit slower. Price action tends to, do what it's supposed to do a bit more. Might not today, given how janky this really looks. But yeah, going on that, is there another question?
Yeah,
What
Chuck has
point
another
would
question.
Yeah, at what point would you tell yourself that it's still choppy, time to log out? And would you just watch it for like 30 minutes or just step away for a few minutes? I mean, today it varies really. Like sometimes, as traders, sometimes we just love to just watch the charts. Well, I've been on calls with Cesar and Davis, and we've just sat here for like 3 or 4 hours and it's done nothing. But,
Yeah.
so I wish I could tell you that, yeah, we step away every time, but no. Sometimes we just sit and watch it. It's just knowing and being able to identify what a good probability environment is. And that obviously varies, right, depending on your trading style. You said earlier, Chuck, about you aren't a fan of range bound. I wasn't either, but then it's knowing that you're range bound and then being able to utilize different trades better. So if you're range bound, then divergence trades are going to be your friend more than continuation trades. So it's just being able to identify things, and that obviously comes with experience.
Yeah, you have to have a schedule. Like, I'm going to spend 2 hours a day watching the market, looking for opportunities. If that doesn't come, I will expect to see when those 2 hours are up, to see where the price is on the market. If I see that probably uh, there's a chance for a breakout, or if there's a chance for a divergence, uh, if it's worth to wait for that to come, or like today we see that the market was so choppy and we didn't have any direction to work. So probably just it's better to close the computer and try to do something else, because when you try to force a trade, uh, the most likely thing to happen is you're going to hit a stop and you're going to lose money. So we don't want that.
So if we're going back to what we were looking at earlier, came down to that EMA, which is the next area for a push up. We did finish as that flag, and we did not cross that bottom Bollinger Band. We didn't get close to it, and we're attempting to turn around, push down sharp in the price, had that kind of sharp V pivot look, snapping back to the upside, trying to push on up. And also on the 28,657, we can also see attempting to make a blue BB here. BBs are almost sideways for that.
Mhm.
So it's just showing the strength of the overall market, the overall EMAs. But again, still just kind of stuck between those Bollinger Bands, stuck in price, just waiting for some volume really just to come in and push us to new areas.
I don't know. We can say that we have been very active on social media. So if you want to take a look at our Instagram page at Responsible Day Trading, you're gonna see a lot of good content that we have been uploading recently, and there's going to be a continuation for my friend Freddy Futures. Uh,
Uh,
there's something cooking right now that you're going to see, and all of this we do it aside of the all of the teaching that we do and all of the trading that we do, just to uh, get in touch and get connected with you guys. So uh, anything that you want to ask us, or if you are interested in our courses, we have 4 whole sections for free, and we are gonna have also that in the Spanish curriculum. We're gonna have uh, 4 sections totally free, so you can start with our RDT um, strategy, and if you want to, like Lindsay say, flow with the market, we're gonna help you to do so. Um,
I just want
we're
to
not teaching like a very strict and like you say, the strategy is not uh,
mechanical.
yeah, and it's not putting in a stone. I mean, it's you can adapt it to your uh, point of view. Like Lindsay says, sometimes you are seeing short and I'm seeing a long, and eventually we are both right because of what the market is telling us. So it's a very flexible strategy,
Hmm.
and we're going to teach you how to look at the market in a very flexible way. You're not going to be like uh, expecting just a specific thing to happen to take a trade. We're going to show you uh, when it can be a good opportunity to take a trade. For example, like Lindsay was saying previous, and like Dan was saying, like in this area right here, probably someone saw that all the elements to take a trade uh, were were there to take along. Uh, some people said I will expect more information, but uh, either way, we're going to show you how to be a responsible day trader and how to take trades in a way that you are not getting exposed to the market. So you can be very cautious and very um, responsible to take care of your money.
These signals have been really wishy-washy, haven't they? Because if you've noticed, you can see the potential of like some retracement divergence here. You can see the BBs like tempting a possible roll up, but she's very wishy-washy. And actually, if you looked in here, this BB that snapped in, you can see we snapped in with quite a bit of strength. So you would usually anticipate that strength to continue, but as we were popping in, we really pushed down and we just tagged to that EMA, really like to the
Yeah,
tick, really, and we just bounced straight off. That just shows the strength of those EMAs, and we're just continuing just to be in this kind of limbo state for the time being.
I
and if
just
you
wanted to say,
see,
like, really quick, I'm just looking at that bar on the 10946, and that is like the most ambiguous bar. The one right before, it's just like in the middle. There's not like there's really nothing to do without letting yourself get run over because it could very easily go each way. It does have more of a potential to go up, but it really is just kind of trying to create a bit of a wedge almost, it looks like.
Mm.
That's
yeah, I
it. I'm
mean,
sorry. I just wanted to say that.
you can see here that this bar, when we were talking about this, it closed at the very bottom, and just to reach the EMA and then continue on the opposite direction. Probably um, some people could say, okay, I'm seeing strength in the price. Probably it's going to continue in this direction, but we didn't have enough information. I mean, like here, we didn't have enough information just to say that the price was going to continue to the downside. Uh, so yeah, it used it just as a support to bounce, and right now probably is going to get to this area. And what I was going to say, sorry that I uh, lost. In this time, the price just moved like 5 points in all this time that we've been talking. So coming back to the point that we were saying before, you have to be very patient if you are trying to take a trade in this environment, because we have been here for an hour, and probably the last 30 minutes we just saw this movement to the upside. So don't don't try to beat the market, because probably we're not going to do it.
Just sit on your
Uh,
hands.
huh? Sit
Just
in
sit
your
on your
hands.
hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
we're trying. We are
I mean,
trying.
we are about to wrap things up. We have 4 minutes
Yeah,
left.
do you know what this is
Yeah,
move? Do you know what this is moving like, guys?
like
Y'all
molasses.
moving like molasses.
We
Yeah,
wish
it
to see
really is.
the price smoking uh, to the upside or to the downside, but we have not been lucky to have this uh, volatility when we are doing live market analysis. Uh, but I don't know if you want to add something that.
I mean, I would say the only opportunity really that I would have liked today is I thought the short was all right, just based on the big retracement divergence and the long in here, but even then, really, like I wouldn't have seen it because I probably would have, I wouldn't have been sat here through all this. And like even the afternoon session, I'm not really expecting much to happen, so I'm not going to be staring at the charts. Well, I might. No, but I won't. I'll definitely take some time away.
You know
But
what I do when I'm not 100% convinced of the market, but I still want to be uh, watching it, and I prevent myself to doing some dumb thing. I just go to my control center, hit the tool button, and move to what is it called, the sync mode. Uh,
global simulation.
yes.
Yeah.
And if you are going to take a trade, even when you are not 100% convinced, it's just going to be on simulation. You're
Mm.
not going to risk your money. Uh, if you are trying to convince yourself that there's an opportunity to take something, just go to global simulation and put 100 contracts there if you want to, but there's nothing going to happen to your real account.
Yeah. Is that the same as just hitting the account and swapping it to sim?
Yes.
Okay.
But the difference is that when you go and hit global simulation, it changes for all your charts. Uh,
Oh, okay. So you can't accidentally enter. Got you.
correct. If you do it directly in one of your charts, it's only going to change in that particular chart,
Cool.
but all the others are going to continue on your live account.
Sweet.
So it's better to prevent a mistake and
Right.
just change it to all of your charts uh, in
We
one
have
movement.
1 minute left. So, right, we're just going to recap. Right. Guys, go check out the website. Go see all our gorgeous faces. Find out about our boring lives by
Wait,
hitting
I'm
the.
sorry to interrupt. Can you do the recap with Freddy Futures, please?
Wait, sorry? No, no. Freddy Futures, he's not coming out today. But yeah, guys, be sure to check this. We are going to update this potentially tomorrow. So you'll see all the schedule for March. You'll see all the live market analysis. That will include Lindsay. We've got Lindsay with Jason on one time. We have Cesar and Davies. We're going to mix and match. So you can pick which ones your favorite are and you can attend those ones. We also got, of course, the live run through of the curriculum. So definitely check out that because that's where we'll be leaking all those extra good bits that you don't necessarily get in the curriculum. You get everyone's personal insights, those little drops of personal touch, if you like. So certain things that one person may do a bit more of. So you can really get to know each member, see who you resonate with more in case you're drawn towards one person's style more than the other. And of course, Discord. Go and check out the Discord down in here and sign up to it.
Hey, I just want to add one more thing really quick. The class that's going to be on Saturday, March 9th, that's what I'm going to lead. But if you are more interested in the Spanish classes, we're going to start them on Thursday. And that's going to be Davis teaching section 1 in Spanish. So that's Thursday at noon. So we're starting the Spanish classes. So if you guys have people who are Spanish speakers that would benefit from those classes, and just remember they're completely free, and they do run through a lot of very basics of understanding of what we're seeing in the market, but it's the base of what we do here at Responsible Day Trading. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So
All right,
Gracias.
guys, that about wraps it up, y'all. Thank you very much for coming. Pleasure seeing you. Hopefully see you all in the next lesson. If you have any questions,
You're
just
not fired.
All right, y'all.
see you
Have a good
later.
one, yeah?
Thank
all
you.
right,
Take
bye
care.
guys.
Thanks,
care, everyone.
everyone.
All right, Don.
Bye-bye.
See you, bruv.
Sit on those hands.